Welcome back, everybody, to another live reaction here at I'm Not a Coach. I'm your host, Dave Huerta. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Holy cow, we got a good one. Obviously, we got the Carolina Panthers going up against the number one team in the NFC, and that is the 5-1-1 Green Bay Packers. So for Carolina, they are 4-4, a perfect 500 there. They are coming off a tough loss last week. They did not have Bryce Young as their quarterback a week ago. They had Andy Dalton. It was a rough game. But they will have Bryce Young healthy and starting in this game against Green Bay. And if we look at the history that Bryce Young has had against a Green Bay defense, it has been pretty darn good for him, man. One of his best games still to this day in his career came against the Green Bay Packers about 2 years ago, man. It was a game that the Packers barely won. They had to score 30 plus points just to be able to beat a struggling Bryce Young and Carolina team that year, man. That was not a good year for the Carolina Panthers back in 2024. 2023. But that Green Bay game was one of the bigger highlights for them. It showed that maybe this guy could not only play in the NFL, but potentially be a franchise quarterback for Carolina. But they will have him healthy, and on top of that, it looks like Rico Dowdle, the running back who a couple of weeks ago was having an incredible stretch there. Once Chuba Hubbard came back, they tried to do a little bit of a timeshare between him and Rico. It did not work out. It seems like both running backs were struggling to really get any consistency in their performance. Rico has been outperforming him during that stretch, but as of a couple days ago, it looks like the Carolina Panthers are going to be rolling with Rico Dowdle at least as their primary number one guy. And for the Packers, and that very tough running defense, it's going to be a big challenge, man. This guy is fast. He can catch out of the backfield. He's strong. He can run with power. Great one cut. If you've seen any games throughout this channel's history, you know I'm a fan of Rico Dowdle, even when he was in Dallas. And I hope the Packers are able to slow him down today. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day for that defense. But for the Packers, they are coming off a massive victory on Sunday night, beating the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, the big storyline there was Aaron Rodgers facing his former team, having an opportunity to be only the fifth quarterback in NFL history to be able to beat all 32 teams. That was not the case. Instead, it became a massive, I would say, turning point in the career of Jordan Love, who has been a great quarterback. There was talks this season. This is the year that Jordan needs to prove whether he was a franchise. I don't think there was ever a question. He was dealing with an injury last year. This year he was healthy. I think we're starting to see what Jordan can be when they need to rely on him. Very similar to the way the Packers relied on Aaron Rodgers. When they need to, can Jordan be that guy when the running game is not going? Maybe the defense is giving up some points early. Can he be that guy that gets you that come from behind victory and dominates? 20 consecutive passes, what was it, 3 touchdowns, over 360 yards. I mean, Jordan was phenomenal last week. And now the Packers are back at home here in Green Bay. A beautiful 49-degree weather day in Wisconsin. And right now they got their throwback unis. And hopefully the Packers can get a big win. This is a quote-unquote trap game. Next week we have the Philadelphia Eagles going up against Green Bay. Something tells me they will not be overlooking Carolina here, man. Jordan, Matt LaFleur, they have this team ready to play, and I'm expecting a big victory. I don't think it's going to be, I think they're favored by 13. I don't think it'll be that, but I do believe it'll be, I would say at least 10 points. I'm predicting a 31-21 victory for the Green Bay Packers. All right, man. We're about to kick it off. Green Bay kicking it away to Carolina here to start the game. McManus in for the kick. Call that the 1 to the 10 to the 15 to the 20 and across the 25 down near the 27. That's a great tackle by Chris Brooks, the backup running back there. And if you're just joining us for the first time on the channel, man, first off, appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. And hey, make sure you leave a like on the video as well as subscribe, man. We do as many as 5 games per week on the channel, man. And so far, this is game 2, and we got 2 more today. So thank you so much. All right, we got Bryce in the shotgun, running back behind him there. Sends the receiver in motion, takes the snap, and first play, it's going to be a flag. It looks like might be on Carolina there. And it is. False start. The reason I was laughing, man, the last couple weeks, it has been a lot of flags, at least on the games that we have been showing on the channel, man. A lot of flags. All right, so after the false start, it'll be 1st and 15, ball at the 22. They were handing it off to Rico on that first play there. All right, Bryce in the shotgun, running back to his left. Takes the snap, throws, and it's going to be maybe a gain of 1. Keyshawn Nixon ripping him down to the ground. And it'll be 2nd and 14 coming up. And if you look at the starting offensive line for the Carolina Panthers, especially if you're a Packer fan, you will see a very familiar name there playing right tackle, and that is Josh Neidman. He spent about 4 years in Green Bay, kind of in and out of the starting lineup there when they had some major injuries. Handoff to Rico up the middle with some power, and he picks up some big yardage, man. And he picked up at least 7 or 8 yards. Yeah, since week 5, Rico leads the NFL in rushing yards and rushing average, man. He has been phenomenal. The fact that he has not been consistently the featured back in this offense is wild to me. I know they just paid Chuba Hubbard a massive contract. But, I mean, come on, man. You gotta, and it's not like it's like, oh, well, one is averaging, 2.2 yards, the other one is averaging 2.9. It's nothing like that. I mean, he is literally doubling per carry what Chuba is doing, man. It's like, you can't ignore that. Come on. All right, we got 3rd and 6 after the 8-yard run by Rico Dowdle. We got single receiver to the right. Bryce tossing it out to Rico. He's going to pick up. Oh, going to be brought down. Oh, they're giving them a favorable spot, in my opinion. Edger and Cooper making a great tackle, one-on-one. Oh, there we go. Now they adjusted it. Because they were saying right at the line, they moved the ball just a little bit. All right, we got 4th and 1. Bryce Young starting out 2 for 2 on this drive so far. Yeah, it looks like he's at least a yard shy of that first down marker. Anthony, what's going on, brother? Let's go Packers. Absolutely, man. We got to get a big win, man. Especially going up against the Eagles next week. The Packers need to keep it rolling. But welcome, my dude. How you doing today? All right, we got Bryce under center here, single back in the backfield, 2 receivers to that left side. There might be, there you go. Looks like Bryce might be changing a few things here at the line. Oh, nearly fell, and they're gonna get the first down, man. Bryce Young, I think he got stepped on as he was trying to hand that one off. But J.C. Horn on the end around to the right side picks up the first, but we do have a flag. And it's going to be a holding penalty on Carolina, so that'll end this drive on a pretty sour note there. Oh, yeah, there it is. Tremble, the tight end, trying to hold on to Isaiah McDuffie there. All right, the punt is away. It's going to be a short one, but it's going to get a great bounce. Romeo Dobbs picking it off the ground, and he picks up, 3 or 4 yards. Nothing too crazy. Yeah, Jordan Love, man. 29-37 last week. 360 yards, 3 touchdowns, and at one point, obviously, had those 20 consecutive completions, man. Not gonna lie, man. I'm actually liking the unis here, man. The throwbacks for Green Bay. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. He's got 3 receivers on that left side. All right, we got 12:21 left in the first. Jordan, play action. Has a lot of time. He's going to dump it underneath to Jacobs. Makes a man miss. Makes another man miss to the 30. And down near the 35. Woo! Yeah, man. Josh was smooth with that run. All right, we got 2nd and 3, ball just shy of the 35. Quick throw to Romeo Dobbs, and that'll be a first down for Green Bay down near the 40. Yeah, coming into this game, the Packers have slowly but surely have gotten healthier, man. Their offensive line has gotten healthy over the last 2 weeks, especially that bye, man. It helped them a ton. It's going to be a handoff to Jacobs to that right side, and he's going to be good for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Obviously, they got Christian Watson back last week. And not only was he healthy, obviously coming off of that torn ACL from I think it was the final regular season game against Chicago, I think, where he got injured. Man, that was a rough game for everybody. But yeah, having him back was great. Had a great game. Caught some major downfield passes that helped the Packers kind of get going a little bit on offense. 2nd and 6, handoff, Jacobs moving that pile, and we'll get it into Carolina territory for a first down. Actually, correction, that it was not Jacobs. That was actually the backup, man, Emmanuel Wilson. He's been coming on the last couple of weeks too, man. He's been very efficient with his carries. All right, 1st and 10. Jordan, pressure, dumps it underneath to the rookie, Matthew Golden, and he picks up about 4 yards there. Wallace on the tackle. Oh, Dahlia, I'll be on, but watching my niece's soccer game. Let's go. Let's go. C Tux, go pack, go. Let's go. Yeah, we got some people in the chat, man. Let's go. I appreciate you guys. Thank you, thank you. Little play action from Jordan. Throws it underneath to Wilson, and he's going to pick up about a yard or two. Trying to set up the screen there on that left side, and it'll be about 3rd and 5 coming up. All right. Ball just inside the 45 of Carolina, down to the 44. 3rd and 6. Jordan alone in the shotgun. 3 receivers on that right side. Takes the snap, pressure over the middle, and he finds Tucker Kraft down to the 33 for a first down. Yeah, man. And Tuck coming off a borderline career high game, or career game, I should say, for Tucker Kraft last week against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, and they're highlighting it now. 7 catches, 143 yards, both of them career highs, and they also tacked on 2 touchdowns for Green Bay last week. All right, Jordan under center, single back in the backfield. Handoff, Jacobs makes a man miss. He's to the 20, 25, and down near the 16. Sorry, I meant 25 to 20, and then down to the 16. All right, man. Jacobs, man. Look at this move inside the pocket right here. Whoop. Just in this little cut to the left, making a man miss, and then just bursting. That's the one thing with Jacobs, man. This year, he's looked good. It's just been, I think, the combination of not blocking everybody that they should, and then him kind of being hesitant. Just go, man. Just go. All right, 1st and 10 from the 16. Jordan, quick throw to the outside, gets it out to the rookie, Savion Williams, and he's going to get stopped up behind his own guy there. Only picks up about a yard. Right now, Carolina is celebrating a fumble recovery. We will see what it is. And it looks like the rookie might have given it away here. And that's a great turnover for Carolina. I didn't even realize that the ball was loose. Oh, yeah. There it is. Oh, my goodness, man. Yeah, Williams trying to basically, he had a guy draped over his back. He was trying to keep from going down to the ground, and then somebody just comes in and just knocks that ball right out, man. Carolina, man, with a great defensive play there in the red zone, keeping Green Bay from getting any points on that opening drive. Yeah, man, when you have young guys, man, they're going to make mistakes like that. Unfortunately, it's something they got to learn from. Yeah, Savion, he hasn't gotten as many looks as Matthew Golden, but for the most part, he's been solid, man. And last week against the Pittsburgh, he recorded his first career touchdown on a little, basically like a little end around to the left. So the guy is talented, man. Talented, big. He's got a lot of speed for his size. But that time, maybe trying to use that size to kind of pick up extra yardage. Didn't hold on to the ball tight enough, man, and a big turnover there early in this game. All right, looks like we're back here. It'll be first and 10 from their own 16 for Carolina here. Two receivers to the left, Bryce in the shotgun, running back to his right. 6:34 left in the first. Pressure, throws it over the middle, and he finds his rookie wide receiver, McMillan, with a great catch in tight coverage. All right, first and 10 from the 32. Picked up 16 on that first play. Toss up the middle. Rico making a man miss at the line, and he picks up about 6 there on the run. Yeah, man, this is not the same Carolina team that was, 2 years ago or even a year ago. Especially when they're healthy, with Bryce Young, who has been playing quite a bit better this season than he has in the past. Now, when you get a running game to go with that, with Rico Dowdle and a healthy offensive line, there's a team that's it's going to be a tough out for almost any team in the NFL. 2nd and 4, single receiver to the right. Bryce takes the snap, looking pressured. Gary forcing him to throw that one out, and Rico Dowdle picking up about 2 yards there on that right side. Great job by Green Bay. Yeah, they were just showing that highlight, man. J.J. McCarthy just freaking throwing a dagger in the end zone. Touchdown for Minnesota against Detroit. All right, 3rd and 2 here. Carolina 37% on 3rd down this season. Handoff up the middle, and I think they got him down just shy. That is Rashawn Gary, bringing down the former Dallas Cowboy about a yard shy of the first. And now we're going to see if Carolina decides to go for it again on 4th and 1. They attempted to do it on the first drive, got a holding penalty that basically made the decision for them. And now here, keeping the offense on there, man. They are at the 41 of their own territory. So this you would be giving Green Bay great field position if you don't get this. Handoff, play action. Bryce pressured and stays on his feet and is going to run and pick up the first. And they're going to get Edgerrin Cooper for a flag. There's a flag up there as well. So almost a little skirmish there on the Carolina sideline. I mean, he was still on the field. I get it. Edgerrin just trying to make a play there. Obviously not. Okay, there we go. Contact was inbounds. There is no foul, so they're picking up the flag. All right, 1st and 10 after all of that. Ball at the 45. Basically a 3-yard pickup for Bryce Young in the first down. Young under center. Hands it off to Rico. And he's going to be good for about a yard just across the 45. Yeah, this Packers defense, one of the best at stopping the run. Doesn't look like there's much changing here. Second and 9. Bryce in the shotgun running back to his left. Pressure by Green Bay, not getting home, and just an incredible freaking catch by the rookie, man. McMillan he's been on it on this drive, man. 2 big catches, picking up 2 first downs. And that was against Carrington Valentine, who nearly makes a play on the ball. Literally got his hands on there. If he was literally 6 inches in front of that one, I think that Carrington is going to take that one as an interception, man. That was close, man. That was a battle all the way to the ground for McMillan to be able to haul that one in. Looks like there was an injury there to an offensive lineman for Carolina, man. That's the second player that they have taken off the field because of an injury. And that was, I'll have to look him up a little bit later. So, 1st and 10, ball in Green Bay territory at the 39. Bryce looking, pressured, rolls out to his left, and that'll be incomplete. Quay Walker putting a little bit of pressure there on Bryce, and also Bryce taking a hit on that one. All right, we got 2nd and 10 here. Ball still at the 39. Bryce in the shotgun, running back to his left. Single receiver on that left side. Hands it off to Uncle Rico. Is patient with his run, and he's going to pick up about 7 yards there, man. That was a heck of a run, man. Look at that. Waited for his blocks to settle and then just cut it inside. And like I said, dude, look at that speed, man. The acceleration after cutting it back inside. That's what I noticed last year when he was with the Dallas Cowboys. Just the acceleration, and it's just once he cuts, man, he's going. 3rd and 3. Handoff, delayed handoff to Rico, and Uncle Rico picking up a first down. 5 yards on 3rd and 3. Yeah, just a little bit of a draw play there, just a little bit. First and 10, ball at the 28. Bryce under center, single back in the backfield. Horn in motion, hands it off against Tirico, and he's able to power his way through for a gain of 3 down near the 25. Yeah, it looks like Keyshawn initially had him stopped for a gain of 2, but then just keeping those legs churning, man, picked up an extra yard or 2. 2nd and 3, Chuba Hubbard now in the backfield. 2 receivers to the left, Bryce under center. Green Bay showing pressure. All right, man. That's going to be the end of the first here in Green Bay. We have yet to get a score. We've had a turnover, man. Green Bay was driving down the field. They were in the red zone. And then a little bubble screen to the left to the rookie, Savion Williams. Unfortunately, not able to hold on to the ball tight enough. Fumbled and recovered by Carolina. And now they are approaching the red zone for themselves here. See if they can we'll see if they can come away with some points. So while we have a little bit of a break, let's look around the league and see what scores are looking like early on Sunday, man. But for but before we do that, I want to say thank you to everybody that's watching. I appreciate you guys, man. Holy cow, man. We got we got a good amount of people watching right now. So thank you. Especially on early on a Sunday, man. Let's go. All right. Obviously, on Thursday, we saw the Ravens really get back on track there against the Dolphins. They won 28-6 in Lamar's return after I think what was it 3 weeks that he missed due to that lower leg injury. But yeah, man, they looked good. First half was a little kind of this and there, but then in the second half they looked a little bit smoother, and Miami just unfortunately I think the season has it's not officially over, but I believe it is. It's slipped away, unfortunately for them. So we'll see what they've already let go of their GM, and we'll see what happens to McDaniel and the rest of the established players and coaches and everybody in that organization. It's going to have to be likely a lot of big turnaround this coming off season. All right, so late in the first, the Giants and the 49ers are tied at 7-all. Titans and Chargers, once again, midway through this first quarter, they are also tied 7-7. Vikings and Lions are 7-7. There's a lot of sevens around here, man. Holy cow. With about a minute left in the first, the Patriots are on top of the Falcons 7-0. Colts leading the Steelers 7-0 with about 3:45 left in the first. Broncos and Texans almost at the end of the first. They are scoreless. And the Bengals leading the Bears 10-7 with 4:45 left in the first. All right, little trickery, end around to the right side, and it's going to pick up a first down. Gains 11, man. I believe that was J.C. Horn. Sorry, Jimmy Horn, not J.C. Horn. Jimmy Horn. All right, Carolina in the red zone here at the 17. Bryce under center. Play action. Pressured and hit as he throws. And that ball ends up on the ground. We'll see if they call it a fumble. It was recovered by Carolina and advanced. Xavier McKinney. And that is a fumble. So not only is that a fumble, but it was recovered by Chuba Hubbard, who picked it up and got some good yardage out of it, man. Picked up about, I think, 4 or 5. So 2nd and 4, actually. So 6 yards. Handoff up the middle, and whoa! That goes nowhere, and the first guy there was Micah Parsons for a big loss in the backfield. Loss of at least 2. $14 plays, 8 minutes on this drive for Carolina. It is a 3rd and 6, ball at the 15. 3 receivers on that left side. Bryce in the shotgun, running back to his right. Quick throw, and that'll be intercepted. Woo! Intercepted by Xavier McKinney in the end zone. What was going on there, dude? That was one of the weirdest throws I've ever seen. Did it get batted at the line? Because that thing was nowhere near getting to his receiver. Here we go, man. Neither team is willing to score any points in this game. Packers fumble in the red zone, and now Carolina returns the favor by throwing an interception in the end zone. And now, what a heck of a last couple of plays there for McKinney, man. He's the one that got the strip sack that was recovered by Chuba and advanced. But a couple plays later, man, literally just 2 plays later, able to intercept Bryce Young in the end zone. So McKinney got a strip sack and then got an interception all on the same drive. All basically 2 plays apart. Yeah, man, it's good to see Xavier kind of being put into those positions, man. This season has been very much the opposite of what we saw last season, man. Last season, I mean, I think he started with 1 interception in the first 5 games. It was wild, man. It was a great start to his Green Bay career. So far this season, not as much, and I think it's usually been just the position that he's been put in. I don't think it's necessarily that all of a sudden he's forgotten how to play defense, but he's definitely missed some tackles this year, though, too. So he's definitely not without his issues. He's missed a lot more tackles, I think, this season, than he did all of last year. It looks like Bryce was targeting Leggett there, basically on the right side. I think he was. I think he was trying to see if he would be able to come back, kind of like a deep crosser. All right, 1st and 10 from the 20. Jordan throws it underneath, and man, Jacobs unable to break a tackle there, and will be brought down for a loss of about 2. All right. 2nd and 12. Jordan deep throw and unable to connect with Matthew Golden, man. At first, it looked like it was going to get picked off, and then Matthew able to make an adjustment and nearly brought it in. That would have been a tough freaking catch, man. All right, 3rd and 12, ball at the 18. Jordan with a little bit of time, throwing it down the field. He's got a man. Christian Watson bringing it in. Holy cow, man. Wow. 2 defenders, 1 defender basically draped all over him while he's making that catch. And then by the time he lands on the ground, 2 defenders there that could have easily broken that pass up. Nope. 1st and 10, all the way in Carolina territory at the 30. Jordan under center, hands it off to Jacobs. And he'll get it down near the 22, pickup of 8. Let's freaking go, man. It is great to have Christian Watson back, man. Woo, look at that route. Look at that speed. Still outrunning people while looking back for the ball. Yeah, you can't train that, man. You either got it or you don't. 2nd and 2. Jordan under center, hands it off up the middle. And Jacobs falling forward, picks up 4 and a first down for Green Bay. And they are in the red zone here, ball at the 18. All right, we got Jacobs in the backfield, Jordan under center, Romeo Doubs alone to that left side. Ball just shy of the 18. Handed off to Jacobs, and he stumbles across the 50 down near the 14 and picks up about 4 or 5. Yeah, dude, he's playing a lot faster right now, man. This offensive line has been able to move this Carolina defensive line, man. If you look at if you look at the line, it's just always going up the field. And Jordan nearly fumbling that one. Jordan able to fall back on it there. There is going to be a penalty here. We haven't had too many of those, luckily. All right, we got 2nd and 11, ball back at the 19. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right. Pressure, down he goes. Jordan Love sacked. That was a heck of a play, man. Damn. And that was Tershawn Wharton, number 99, just absolutely bullying the right guard. That was the former first-round pick, Jordan Morgan, giving up a sack there. All right, 3rd and 19, back at the 26 now. And I think this might be on Carolina. That's going to be on the rookie there, I think. He jumped into the neutral zone. No, they're going to get Zach Tom. Oh, no. Well, good. Well, they're switching it up now. It's going to be on Christian Watson. Ooh, it has not gone well for Green Bay the last couple plays. 3rd and 24 now to the 31. This would be about a 49-yard field goal. Gonna dump it underneath, and it's dropped by Emmanuel Wilson. Man, these guys got to focus, man. Once something went bad, man, they lost their focus. And went from getting the ball at the 14 to now you're going to try to kick a field goal all the way past your 30. All right, we got Brandon McManus here. He started out rough last week after being gone for a couple weeks. He was 0 for 2 and then finished 2 for 2 on really short kicks. This one 49, and it's basically right down the middle, man. Green Bay has the first score of the game. We are midway through the second quarter here. 7:53 left to play, and the Packers tack on the first score. Let's go. 3-0 over Carolina. All right. Let's look around the league. Some of these games are well into their second quarter. 49ers with 11:26. They are up 14-7 over the Giants. Titans at the end of one are leading the Chargers 14-7. The Vikings are on top early in the second quarter, 14-7. Falcons were able to tie it up 7-7 with 10:05 left in the second quarter. All right, early in the second, the Colts are still on top, just 7-0 over the Pittsburgh Steelers. They do have the ball in Pittsburgh territory. Actually, I think they just threw. I think there was just a turnover. And yep, the Colts just lost a fumble. Wow. Dahlia, finally. Absolutely. 100%. It's taken a lot of time just to get 3 points in this game. All right, so Colts are still up, though, 7-0. And then the Texans, early in the third quarter, they are leading 3-0 over the Denver Broncos. We got ourselves almost a shootout here. Chicago up 14-10 over the Bengals with 14:51 left in the second quarter. So basically that second quarter just started. So it's a lot of points, man. 24 points between those two. We should be doing better than this. It seems like the Packers have been they've been able to move the ball down the field. It's when they get inside the 30, or sorry, once they get inside the 20, they're having the issues. They fumbled it on their first opening drive inside the red zone, and then on this one, they looked like they were going to be able to march down the field. They got inside the 15, and then penalty, nearly a fumble, then a sack, then another penalty, and then they just. Yeah, man. Once one bad thing kind of went, it was like a domino effect for the Packers offense. They just kind of they got knocked out of their rhythm almost. They almost lost focus. Right now it is windy, man. If you look at some of the jerseys, those things are just they're whipping. It is a cold and windy day in Green Bay, Wisconsin. All right, McManus about to. Whoop. The ball keeps falling off the tee. I think they're going to try it one more time. McManus, and just before he kicks, the ball is down again, so they're going to have somebody hold on to it. All right, so they got the punter Daniel Whalen out there. Just trying to give McManus a chance to kick this one before the wind takes it. Line drive there, caught at the 1, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and brought down near the 24. But we do have a flag. So it's an illegal formation by the kicking team. Well, what do you want us to do, man? We needed to have another guy out there. Oh, so they have to re-kick this. It's taking forever. Well, they try to see if they can get away with it without somebody holding the ball, and unfortunately, it goes down again. Seriously, we've been on this kickoff play for the last 5 freaking minutes, man. Just please, just give it to Carolina. All right, Waylon holding this one. McManus with a good kick, basically catching it around the same area at the 2. And he's going to get, holy cow, gets absolutely blasted by Tyron Hopper, man. So Carolina, I think they were going to get the ball at the 24 on the previous one. This one, I think they're going to get it basically at the same spot. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 24. Bryce under center. Toss to the right side. Rico with some room. He's to the 30, 35, 40, 45. And down in Green Bay territory, Rico Dowdle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. So a massive run by the former Cowboy. Picked up 25 plus on that carry, but he comes up holding his left knee. Hopefully it's nothing serious. All right, 1st and 10, ball in Green Bay territory at the 47. All right, Bryce with 2 receivers to his left, running back behind him. Hands it off to Chuba Hubbard and picks up about 3 yards there on the carry. Rico already, man, 60 yards on just 10 carries. Second and 7. 2 receivers to the left. Bryce under center. Hubbard in the backfield. And it's going to be a run to the left, and that goes for about a yard or 2. Edgerrin Cooper able to stop that one up with some help. See who that was. Oh, that was the rookie Nazir Stackhouse, number 93, man, the guy out of Georgia. Couple SEC boys there stopping the run. 3rd and 5, ball at the 43. 3 receivers to the right side. Bryce in the shotgun, running back to his left. Takes the snap. Looking, throws, and the ball is just over the secondary there. Uh-oh. It's going to be a 1st down for Xavier Legette, but he something happened, man. Because when he went down to the ground, he just stayed on. Oh, there it is. Ooh. Evan Williams with a helmet-to-helmet hit on Leggett, and that I'm pretty sure he was knocked out. Damn. All right, we're gonna go to commercial break while they tend to him. I mean, the good thing is that he popped up, but obviously the lights turned off for a bit there. All right, let's look around the league. 49ers still leading 14-7. Titans up 14-10 over the Chargers, man. That is a wild, wild look, man. The Titans have been a team that has struggled almost every single week to put up points early in the games, especially. Vikings still on top, 14-7. Actually, sorry. Looks like Detroit already actually scored the touchdown, so it's actually tied up 14-14. Patriots on top of the Falcons, 14-7. Steelers have the ball in Indianapolis territory in the red zone. They are down 7-0. Texans still up 3-0 over the Broncos, and Bears and Bengals are still. Let me see here. Hold on. Okay, it was a turnover. Gotcha. Chicago still on top, 14-10 over the Bengals there. So yeah, not a whole lot of change in terms of the scores here. All right, looks like we're coming back from the commercial break here. Right, man, we got some Grinches in the stands. Let's go. Also, how was your guys' Halloween? All right, let me know. Let me know. All right, we got 1st and 10 ball at the 20, but the play is going to be stopped because we have a beach ball on the field. They give it to one of the Packer trainers there, and he just pops it. Bare hands, man. Just rah. 1st and 10. Ball 20. Bryce under center. Delayed blitz. Bryce Young trying to get to the edge. Trying to get it to Tremaine, and it'll be incomplete. Ball was behind his receiver. There is a flag, though. And they're going to catch a break. The penalty is going to be on Green Bay. Holding, it's going to be on J.J. Enikbari. First and 10 from the 15. And Bryce under center, single back in the backfield. Hands it off, breaks a couple tackles, but is still only going to pick up 2 or 3 yards up the middle. And the thing with Carolina, man, their drives, they're just eating away at the clock. They're keeping this game close. They're not making any major mistakes outside of that interception. Second and 9, ball at the 14, single receiver to the left, single back in the backfield, Bryce under center. Play action, Pressure, and he's going to just throw it away. Incomplete, trying to get it to Jimmy Horn there on the flat route to the right side. But a lot of pressure coming from Kingsley and Igbari. All right, so we got 3rd and 9. I expect something a little interesting here by Carolina. I don't think this is going to be a straightforward play. 5 receiver set. Bryce alone in the shotgun. Green Bay sends pressure. It's over the middle, and it'll be about a yard shy of the first. Able to get it to Tremaine. All right, so for the 3rd time today, Canales is going to send out his offense on 4th and 1 to convert. Rico Dowdle is back in the game. He's going to hand it off, and he gets a 1st down, just enough to pick up the first right at the 5. And the clock is rolling. It's going to be under 3 minutes now. You're kind of wondering whether the Packers are going to start using some timeouts here. First and goal. Bryce under center. Play action. Pressure is not getting there, and it's going to be incomplete. Ball just too high for his receiver, in and out of his hands. And who was lagging behind on the coverage? Nate Hobbs. I expect a run here, or maybe even play action. Oh, we got a jumbo set here. Toss to Rico, and touchdown, Rico Dowdle. And just like that, man, Carolina taking the lead with a chance to tack on another here with the extra point. .222 left in the half. Extra point is good. All right. Has anything changed? The Chargers have retaken the lead against Tennessee, man. It is now a 17-14 game over there midway through the second quarter. Steelers were able to tie it up midway through the second quarter. Texans have extended their lead. They are now up 6-0 over the Broncos. And the Patriots, man, leading big against the Falcons, 21-7 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. Yeah, Carolina, man, 28 plays, nearly 17 minutes compared to the Packers, 17 plays and just under 11 minutes. Yeah, we'll see what the Packers can do here, man. They got 2:22 before halftime. They have all three of their timeouts. And they have one of the most explosive offenses in the NFL, man. They got to come away with some type of momentum. And once again, the T falls off. Sorry, the ball falls off the tee, not the tee falls off. There you go. All right. Got the punter holding this one, and this one is away finally. Jeez. Caught at the 9, to the 20, to the 15. Savion Williams to the 30, 35, to the 40. Holds on to this one and gets it down to the 42. Savion Williams setting up his Packer offense with a great return there. All right, Love in the shotgun, running back to his left, single receiver to that left side. Hands off up the middle. Jacobs finding some room, and he gets it down to the 49. A great run by the former Alabama Crimson Tide, man. All right, we've reached the 2-minute warning here in Wisconsin. Panthers on top, 7-3 over the Green Bay Packers. All right, man. Let's check the fantasy team. Let's see how I'm doing. I already know that I'm regretting not starting Rico Dowdle because I wasn't 100% sure if Carolina was going to be willing to really just let him take over basically the entire game, which apparently they are. And on top of that, it was against a really good Packers defense, which even that I knew there was going to be a good chance to get a touchdown, but I wasn't sure if he was going to get the yardage. Because this Packers team, man, they were able to slow down Jahmyr Gibbs, and I feel Rico and Jahmyr Gibbs have a very similar running style. They're built very similarly. I think Rico's a little bit bigger, but still. So I was like, I don't know, man. Stupid. Should have gone with him. All right, not bad. Not too bad, man. So far, 38 points. Still have Josh Allen, Travis Etienne, and CeeDee Lamb left to play. All right, looks like we're coming back from the commercial break here. '49ers now on top of the Giants there, 17-7 with less than 2 minutes left. Vikings tack on a field goal to break the tie. They are up 17-14 to the Lions. All right. 2nd and 2, ball at the 49. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Hands it off to Jacobs again, and he picks up a first down, gain of 3. But we do have a flag. It's going to be a holding penalty on the Packers. It's on Sean Ryan. Second and 12. Jordan takes the snap. Quick throw to the outside. Tucker Kraft makes a man miss and will get it down near the 50-yard line. Picks up about 10 of the 12 that they needed. Oh, highlight Broncos. Bo Nix with a great throw to Cortland Sutton to the left side of the end zone, and the Broncos are now on top 7-6 over the Texans. 3rd and 2, 4-receiver set, handoff up the middle, and Jacobs punches it through for a first down, gain of exactly 2 yards. 1st and 10 coming up for the Packers. They have the ball in Carolina territory at the 48. Single receiver to the right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Another handoff. Jacobs fighting his way, gets it down near the 45, but there's going to be a flag. And I think this is going to be on Green Bay. And this one is on the former Pro Bowler Elton Jenkins, the center, man. All right, 1st and 20 now, back at their own territory. Ball at the 42. Quick throw, and it'll be incomplete. Looks like Romeo slipped on the field. Yep. As he was making that cut, man, his left foot just kept on sliding forward. And Matt LaFleur is going to use a timeout here, trying to get his offense back into rhythm here. It's a windy day, man. It's a windy freaking day in Green Bay. And the Steelers, holy cow, man, they have not only taken the lead right now, they have the ball at their own 18. They are up 14-7 over the Colts. Indianapolis, man, struggling today. The Bengals were able to score a field goal. They are now just down by 1 point, 13-14 to the Bears, with about 4 minutes left in the half. Yeah, that last penalty on Elton Jenkins, that was number 6 on the Packers today. Definitely not playing as clean of a game than as they did last week against Aaron Rodgers. All right, 2nd and 20, ball at the 42. 3 receivers to the left, play action. Jordan, a little bit of time, finds Romeo Dobbs to the 30, down near the 27. First down, Green Bay. Clock is running. It's going to be under 40 seconds. Taking a little bit too much time. Come on. Let's go. Snap the ball. Come on. 4 receiver set. Jordan in the shotgun. Oh, man, that took way too long, man. Jordan throws it underneath. Gets it out to his running back to the 15 and down. Chris Brooks with a great run. Gets out of bounds, and I think he got it near the 15 of Carolina, dude. Oh, just a nice little dagger route there by Romeo Dobbs. Ran right up the field, almost kind of drifting towards the sideline. That kind of opened up the defense a little bit, moved some of those defenders out, and then cut it back across the field towards the middle part, man. And that was just a great freaking play. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 12, actually. Jordan alone in the shotgun. Pressure, rolling to his right. Makes a man miss, delivers a ball, and that'll be incomplete. 2nd and 10 coming up. 15 seconds left. Packers still have 2 timeouts. What's the time? 15 seconds left. 15 seconds left. Clock is stopped because it was an incomplete pass. Yep. All right, they have the ball at the 12, so like time is not too much of a factor with this one. It's more about just don't, get the right looks. 3 receivers to the right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looking, pressure over the middle, get down. Timeout. Jacobs picks up about 3 or 4 yards there. All right, it is 3rd and 6, 10 seconds left. And Green Bay still has 1 timeout left. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his right, single receiver on that right side. Stays in the pocket, delivers a throw, and it goes in and out of the hands of Romeo Doubs. But there was great freaking coverage, man. Great coverage. I mean, that is about as perfect of a throw as you can get right there, man. That was just inches above where the defender was, but he was able to make a play and just kind of force Romeo to make that one a little bit more difficult. So, not a touchdown. Packers are going to have to settle for another McManus field goal. 27-yarder, and it's good. All right, man. That's the end of the first here. Packers trailing Carolina 7-6. But that offense finally looked really solid in the red zone. They were able to come away with some points for the first time. Yeah, Rico Dowdle, man, 12 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown in this first half. Carolina did not use a single timeout in that first half, man. They were very happy to just be trailing. Sorry, trailing. They were very happy just leading into the half. It didn't matter if they were up by 4 points or by 1 point. Just keep the game close, and we'll see what we can, see what you can do at the end there. It's basically all they wanted to do. All right, let's look around the league and just show the highlight or low light of CJ Stroud getting absolutely lit up on the scramble, dude. That's not good. Yeah, Davis Mills has been in the game for a while. He is a 7 of 9 for 72 yards. Okay, that explains that. All right. So, at halftime, the 49ers on top of the Giants 17-7. The Titans with 3:47 left, they were able to tie it up. It is 17-17 Chargers, man. Vikings are still leading the Lions 17-14 with 1:38 left in the first half. Patriots on top of the Falcons 21-7. Steelers in Indianapolis territory with 1:11 left in the half. They are up 14-7. Broncos are still up by just the one there, 7-6. And it's a 1-point game over there with the Bears leading the Bengals 14-13. And obviously for this game, the Panthers are leading by 7-6 over Green Bay. So yeah, so you got almost every single game is either tied or within at least a score outside of that 49ers game and the Patriots. Everything else is, really freaking close. Packers 1-point game, Texans 1-point game, Bears 1-point game, Vikings is a 3-point game. Chargers and Titans are tied. Yeah, it's close. It's a lot better than last week, man. Last week we had so many freaking blowouts, man. It was a relatively boring Sunday for the most part. All right, let's look at the fantasy team here. All right, not too terrible. Regretting not starting Rico Dowdle, man. That was a dumb decision. I should have started him. I liked him, but I was just like, man, I don't know. I didn't. It's not that I didn't trust him. I didn't trust the Panthers to fully commit to him as their number one back, and from the looks of it, that's what they're doing. All right, so right now I am up 41-17 against my matchup, man. So hopefully we can get something going here, man. Dude, Kyle Menenge, man. 16 carries, 99 yards as the backup. Holy cow, man. He has been looking heck. Woo! He's been having a heck of a game over there. He's only caught one pass for a yard, but still, that's playing pretty darn well, man. Let's go. Oh, now I see why it's so darn close over there with Tennessee. They have a punt return for a touchdown, an interception return for a touchdown, and they have racked up 2 sacks. Dang. It's a good performance, man, against the Chargers. All right, let's look at the halftime stats here for the Packers and the Carolina Panthers. So Bryce, so far 6 of 10, 66 yards, no touchdowns. Did throw that interception in the end zone that would have been Carolina's first scoring drive. Rico Dowdle, 12 for 66, averaging a healthy 5.5 yards per carry. Does have a touchdown. McMillan, 2 catches, 32 yards. Xavier Legit, 1 for 22. He ended up getting concussed on that catch. Let me see here. Tershawn Warren has the only sack so far for Carolina. Jordan Love, 11 of 16, 136. No touchdowns, no interceptions. Josh Jacobs, 7 of 49. He's averaging 7 yards per carry. Emmanuel Wilson, 1 carry for 7 yards. Savion Williams had one. It was a throw, but it was a backwards catch. But he ended up fumbling on that one. That ended what would have been Green Bay's first drive. Basically, they were already inside the 20. Even if they don't get into the end zone, they likely are able to at least tack on 3 points, which could be the difference between being down by 1 point or being up by two, as they are right now. So Christian Watson, 1 for 52. Romeo Dobbs, 2 for 35. Tucker, 2 for 20. And then Chris Brooks, man, 1 for 16. He's made his impact, man. Help get the Packers inside the red zone on that final field goal drive there to end the half. Xavier McKinney does have that interception. I think that's only his second of the season, man. Actually, no, it's his first. It's first of the season. Holy cow. Okay. But he also does have the strip sack that weirdly enough, he strip sacked Bryce Young. It was recovered by Carolina, and then 2 plays later, that's when McKinney was able to get that interception in the end zone. So hopefully we can have another couple pair of plays there by somebody like that, man. Get a sack, get a couple turnovers, man. That's what the Packers need. They need to slow down Rico Dowdle in the second half. And then finally, for the Packers offense, man, once they get into the red zone, man, they got to punch it in. That is the difference right now. Like, the turnover was a weird one. The Packers have not really turned the ball over that often at all this season, so I'm not too worried about that. But what we have seen at times this season, and it's been, I wish I could say it's only been for a few games. It's been quite a few games. Outside of the first 2 weeks, during that 3-week stretch, 4-week stretch, they were struggling to, get the ball down the field consistently and then punch it in. So far in this game, they've been able to get into Carolina territory. That's not the issue. The issue is once you get in there, getting a touchdown, not settling for field goals. That's been the difference today. And for Carolina, man, they've been doing a good job. They probably need to be a little bit more efficient on once they get into the red zone as well. They've been also able to move the ball down the field. Turnovers obviously have been a big issue for them. And then just the lack of success in the passing game consistently. Outside of McMillan, man, nobody else has caught more than one pass. And they haven't really done much with it. So Packers also need to work on their penalties, man. I'm trying to see here. How many did they have? 6? 6 penalties for 39 yards. And a couple of those wiped out some big first downs. Carolina 2 for 6 on third down, but they are 2 for 2 on fourth. So those drives that kind of keep it on going. And then the Packers 3 for 5 on third down. They've been doing a good job basically all season. They are one of the best teams on first and second down in terms of basically staying ahead of the chains, but also getting first downs on first and second down. And I think basically that is it, man. Otherwise, Green Bay, 184 total yards on offense, 128 through the air, 56 yards on the ground. They're averaging a solid 7 yards per play. Carolina, 149 yards, 66 through the air, 83 on the ground. And they are averaging a little over 5 yards per play, 5.3. So, once again, neither offense is necessarily struggling to move the ball. It's mostly just getting it into the end zone. And avoiding turnovers in the red zone. That's the big stuff. So, all right, man. It looks like the third quarter is about to start and get underway. The Packers will be getting the second half kick here, so we'll see if they can retake the lead for the first time in a while. First score did not happen until about almost midway through the second quarter. That was Green Bay kicking a field goal. So, see if we can get something going here. Let's see if Green Bay can finally just get into the end zone, man. They've been so close so many times. right, short kick called at the 13. Savion to the 25 and gets it out across the 30 down near the 31. All right, first and 10, ball at the 32 officially, actually. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Hands it off to Jacobs, and he's going to cut it back inside, and he picks up about 5 or 6 yards there down to the 38. Yeah, offensively, red zone offense, 70% heading into this game. They are 0-3 on getting a touchdown in the red zone. Jordan under center, hands it off to Jacobs again, and he's going to fall forward for about 2 or 3 yards. And it'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for Green Bay. Oh, they're saying 3rd and 1. All right, they're giving him. All right. I'm not going to argue with them. We'll take it. 4 receiver set. Running back to his right. Jordan in the shotgun takes the snap. Quick throw to the outside. And Romeo with the strong hands gets the first down near the 49. Oh, just a nice little. Is that? Do you consider that a slant route? I feel like you do. You do. Look at that, dude. First and 10. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Single receiver on that left side. Quick throw, gets it out to Romeo again, and they are in Carolina territory down near the 46. Romeo looks hilarious with that thing. It literally almost looks like he's wearing a leather cap. I wish they would allow him to wear a leather cap. Obviously, with everything else still there. That would have been hilarious. All right. 2 running backs in the backfield. Jordan in the shotgun. Hands it off. Jacobs bouncing it to the outside to the 40 and to the 35 and stays on his feet going out of bounds near the 35. Woohoo! Let's freaking go, man. Oh, no. Oh, no. Tucker Kraft is down on the ground. He's holding his face. Oh, crap. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. It's his right knee. He was going in for a block and he ran into his own guy. I just hope it's a hyper. I just hope he hyperextended his knee, man. Fudge. So yeah, unfortunately, Tucker Kraft is down. Who was it? Tucker Kraft, unfortunately. Tucker, yeah. He was going across the formation to block, and then he got caught up behind one of his own guys who was getting low blocked. So it's not I think it might have been Cripes. Who was it? Let me see here. Hold on. Sean Ryan. It wasn't Sean Ryan's fault. Once again, there was a defender that was going to his knees, so he stopped, and then Tucker ran into him, and it looked like Tucker injured his right knee. He was down on the ground, not moving, with a hand over his face. Damn, dude. I just hope when we come back, it's like he's just walking off the field and he's fine. Like hopefully it was just like a hyperextension. The last thing man, dude, come on. First, last week we lost Scadaboo. Come on, man. Can't do it. We can't lose Tuck. All right, we're coming back here. So Kraft, even though he does need help from the trainers, he is walking on that leg. So I'm just hoping it's nothing serious, man. 1st and 10. He's not carted off. That's a good sign. It's going to be a run to the left, and Jacobs goes nowhere there. Stopped after, might have actually lost half a yard. I hope it's a quick hurt more than a real injury. I agree. 100% agree. Yeah, it just looks like his right knee just got stuck in the ground. So 2nd and 11 here. Jordan in the shotgun. Single receiver to the left. Pressure by Carolina. Jordan able to get it out and throws it away. All right, we got 3rd and 11 here. 2 receivers to the right. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Quick throw to Matthew Golden, and he's going to pick up about 5 or 6 yards. All right, it'll be bringing up a 4th down, and the Packers are going to have to settle for a McManus field goal to try to take the lead here. And right now, Kobe Wooden, the defensive lineman, and McManus's kick is no good. Wide left, dude. Fudge. Damn, dude. That was a rough couple sequences there, man. The injury, as soon as Tuck got injured, man, the whole momentum just shifted over, man. Jacobs broke off that great run to the right sidelines. That was the play that Tuck got hurt. And the next couple, man, just nothing there. And then capping it off with a missed field goal by McManus. That is his 4th miss this season, the 3rd in the last 2 weeks. And Tucker Kraft, I'm giving you some updates here on Kraft. Kraft is being carted off to the locker room after going into the blue tent. Yeah, unfortunately, McManus, man, that's his third miss in the last 2 weeks. His second one within 45 yards, man. I think McManus is slowly starting to lose that job to Haverist, who was perfect in his 2 weeks. And there he is, man. Tucker Kraft being carted off the field. We got 1st and 10. Ball at the 33. Throw to Rico. The ball goes backwards. And it's going to be, let's see if it's an incomplete pass. Otherwise, it's going to be a massive loss for Carolina. It was a forward pass, so incomplete. They're saying it's a backwards pass? Yeah, no, that's a forward pass. All right, there we go. 2nd and 10 there after the incomplete pass. All right, we got 3 receivers on that right side. Bryce in the shotgun, high snap. Hands it off to Rico and up the middle, picking up about 7 or 8 yards there. And once again, another injury update for the Packers. Kobe Wooden, one of their best run defenders, a guy that they have basically nicknamed this season the General. He is unfortunately going to be unfortunately he's going to be questionable to return to this game. So just another injury for the Packers. Pressure. They have yet to really bring down Bryce Young in a traditional sense. Bryce Young picking up a 1st down. Carrington Valentine able to run him out of bounds. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 45. Bryce under center, single back in the backfield. Hands it off to Rico. He picks his way through this defense and will pick up about 3 yards down near the 48. All right, 2nd and 7. Bryce under center. Single back in the backfield. Another handoff to Rico. And he's going to fight his way across the 50 down to the 49, picks up 3 yards. All right, there's a big third down here for this defense, man. 3rd and 4. Carolina has been able to kind of just slowly matriculate the ball down the field for most of their drives. 2 receivers to the left. Pressure and incomplete. Carrington Valentine on the coverage, and that'll be 4th down coming up for Carolina. And it looks like Xavier Legette just slipping on the field there. All right, we got 7:48 left in the third, about midway through the third quarter here. Green Bay about to get the ball back, and he'll fair catch it at the 11. All right, man. Let's see what this offense can do, man. They stalled out on the last drive, man. After the injury to Tuck and couple bad plays, and then obviously the missed field goal, man. Packers gotta get back into it, man. So we're still in a commercial break here. Looks like we are coming back here in just a few. Oh yeah, I forgot, man. Jordan turns 27 today, man. Jordan Love, man, the leader of the pack, with a birthday today. All right. 1st and 10, ball at the 11. Jordan hands it off, and Jacobs. Actually, no, that is Emmanuel Wilson picking up about 2 or 3 yards. Zach Tom just got bullied on that one. Jeez. 2nd and 8. Jordan under center here. Single receiver to the right. Pressure immediately. What the heck is going on here, dude? What is going on with the blocking? Like I said, Zach Tom got absolutely lit up on that right side in the run. And now this one, they just let a free runner right up the A gap. The center and the guard. What the? Yeah, no. They just said, no, we're good. That was a positive play by Jordan there, man. Like, wow. 3rd and 8. There we go. Pressure. Throws it out, and it's a first down. Ooh, it's going to be close. First down catch by Romeo Doubs. That's the call on the field. They're trying to get to the line very quickly, and Canales throws a challenge flag there. That's what I was saying. It was close, man. I know it wasn't a clean catch, but did he have enough control before going out of bounds? Oh, none of the angles that they have shown are good angles. Come on, man. You guys have like 30 freaking camera angles on every single time. Come on. All right. Well, they're gonna take a look at this, but we're gonna go to a commercial break. Biscuits. It's gonna be close for sure. I'm just hoping Romeo was able to kind of squeeze it just before those feet went out of bounds. All right, let's start coming back, and they're saying that the call stands on the field. It is a catch for a first down. Look at that. Woo! Romeo won and then drags that left foot. There you go. So Dave Canales is going to lose a timeout here for that unsuccessful challenge. Play action. Packers, Jordan launching it down the field in triple coverage. And he's going to get picked off. Why would you throw that? And that is Jordan's 3rd interception this season. Only his 3rd, actually. So, but that was an ugly one, man. That one looked like like an interception that he would throw in his first year as a starter, man. That was underthrown, not accurate, just an unnecessary heave down the field. I mean, both, look at that. I saw what he was saying. He believed that Christian was able to get down, was going to be able to get down the field, but that he was not able to step into that throw. Man, there was a guy in his face as he was throwing it. That's just one where you just got to take the sack or try to throw it away if you can. But all right, Carolina, after a great return on the interception, get it to the 30. Sorry, to the 42, and then the run will get it inside the 35-yard line, man. Mm. Second and 2, ball at the 30-yard line. Bryce under center. Pressure, not able to get there. Gets it out to Rico Dowdle on a catch, and he'll be brought down after a gain of about 9. Uh-oh. Rico Dowdle is slow to get up. And then he trots off the field. Okay. Yeah, Carolina's offensive line, man, they've been doing a dang good job today. Another carry, this one up the middle, and it'll be good for about 2 yards for Uncle Rico. All right, we got 2nd and 8, 3 receivers to the right, Bryce in the shotgun, running back to his left. Looking over the middle, and it'll be a gain of about 4 or 5 there by Sanders. All right, 3rd and 3. Similar formation. Bryce under center, tossing it to the right. Gets it out to Chuba Hubbard. He's got blockers, and it'll be a first down run. And they'll be just inside the 10. 1st and goal coming up for Carolina. And then, hey, welcome. If you are new to the channel, man, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Please make sure you leave a like and subscribe on the video and on the channel, man. Bryce Young throws it outside, and Chuba goes right through his hands. Incomplete. 2nd and goal coming up. McDuffie on the coverage. All right, we got 2nd and goal. Bryce in the shotgun, running back behind him. Hands it off to Hubbard, and he powers through, getting it just inside the 5, down near the 4. So 3rd and goal coming up. right, Bryce in the shotgun, running back to his right. Two receivers stacked up on that left side. He's looking to that left. Pressure over the middle, and he's intercepted potentially again. And they're going to say no, McKinney was out of bounds, but on top of that, there's a flag as well. Okay. So, yeah, McKinney unable to keep both feet in bounds. What would have been his second interception of the day, but also his second interception this season. Got one, could not get the other one down. It's going to be pass interference on Keyshawn Nixon, and that'll be an automatic first down. First and goal from the 1 after the penalty. Handoff. Rico Dowdle in the end zone for the second time tonight. And it's starting to look a little dire for the Packers here. Yeah, man, this offense has to wake up, man. 6 points through almost 3 quarters. You're not gonna win. You're not gonna win like that in late in the season, man. Oh, there's a flag. I think it might be after the play though. Unsportsmanlike conduct. And they're going to get Rico Dowdle with unsportsmanlike conduct. And that's going to actually make this extra point relatively tough here. This will be like a 47 yarder. And the kick is no good. And it'll stay a 7-point game. Rico Dowdle costing his team a point. But the most important thing, Carolina able to tack on another touchdown, and they were able to take advantage of that interception by Jordan Love. 2:12 left in the third, and the Packers are going to have to get something going here, man. They're down by a full 7. All right, let's look around the league at some of the other games that have been going on. It's been a while since we checked around. So we got the 49ers with 133 left in the third. They are up 20-10 over the Giants. With about a minute and a half left to go in the third, the Chargers finally have taken the lead. They are up 20-17 over the Tennessee Titans. Midway through the third, it is still a 17-14 lead for the Minnesota Vikings over their division rival Detroit Lions. With about 3:30 left in the third, Patriots on top of the Falcons 24-14. Falcons do have the ball at New England's 40. Steelers on top of the Colts 17-7 with just under 3 minutes left in the third. And let's check this out. No, Mills. Okay. So for the Texans, they are leading the Broncos by 8, 15-7 with 9:18 left in the third. And they are actually without CJ Stroud, who was knocked out with a concussion early in this game. It has been Davis Mills since I think early in the first. And then for the Bengals and Bears, man, it is a shootout in that game, man. It is 24-20. Bears on top midway through the third quarter. So yeah, the only positive right now that I could say for the Packers is that the Lions are losing. That's a good sign. Obviously, the Bears are winning right now. Hopefully, Joe Flacco can give the Packers some luck here and knock off the Bears just a little bit. Other than that, man, nothing super great. All right, kick is away, caught just around the 13. Savion Williams brought down at the 28. All right, 1st and 10, ball at the 29. Jordan under center. Romeo alone to the right. Toss to the left, and Jacobs brought down for a loss of about 2 or 3. Rosenbaum just coming in there and just knocking them down. There is a late flag. I think it's gonna be against the Packers. I think, unfortunately. Seastrom. A lot of weird games happening today. Morning. Good morning, my dude. And yep, it's going to be on the Packers. It's on the backup tight end Fitzpatrick with a hold. So it'll be 2nd and 13. They're going to decline that penalty. Come on, Packers. You're telling me, man. Yeah, it's been a weird game. Like the Titans are keeping it close with the Chargers. The Vikings are beating the Lions, and the Packers are just struggling. Throws, and he finds Jacobs for a gain of about 4 near the 30. Yeah, just the miscues by the Packers, man. You had the fumble there in the red zone. Jordan Love, quick throw, finds his receiver. Romeo Doubs breaks the tackle. He's down for a 1st down. And there is a flag, but I think it's going to be on Carolina. At least I hope. Yeah, man. But Seastrom, what game are you watching, or are you looking forward to the most today, man? Let me know. Let me know. So there's actually 2 penalties on the defense, but they will both be declined as the Packers were able to take advantage of a free play and get some big yardage after the catch as well. Heck of a job, man, by Jordan. Yeah, Romeo caught it at the 48 of Carolina and able to get it down near the 42, I think. Not sure, honestly. Maybe Bills, my Cowboys play tomorrow. That should be a good game, man. Handoff up the middle. Jacobs able to move the pile and gets it down near the 37, gain of 5. Second and 5. Jordan in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the left. Keeps it himself, and he's going to slide after a gain of 2. And then yeah, man, that Bills and Chiefs games should be pretty darn good, man. The Chiefs are playing their best football, I think, right now. And then on top of that, I think the Bills, they needed that bye week, and they're coming off a big win against Carolina, actually, where they just absolutely dominated them. Yeah, I forgot. Who did the Cowboys play? There it is. So the Cardinals. Okay. Jacoby Brissett likely going to be the starter for that game, so that thing actually does help the Cardinals, believe it or not. I don't know, man. Kyler Murray, I think it's the athleticism and the big playability that keeps the Cardinals from like kind of moving on. But I think it's time to move on from Kyler Murray, man. Like he's not a bad quarterback, but you have to be realistic. Is he a guy that can get you to the playoffs and win in the playoffs? I don't think he is. I think he's a really darn solid quarterback. I think he would be a great backup. I think he's a guy that could play in the league for 12 to 15 years as to be like one of the best backups. But I don't know, man. I don't think he would be. I think it's been shown, man. I think it's proven that Kyler Murray is just not that guy. And right now, Jacoby Brissett, I think, gives you the best chance to win now. But yeah, man. So the Cowboys and the Cardinals, man. The Cardinals have a really good defense. They have an offense that hopefully could put up points, and then the Cowboys need a bounce back game, which I think there's a perfect team to go up against. Not for necessarily because it's going to be an easy win, but I think they match up well with them. Their offense, when the Cowboys are on, dude, they're one of the best offenses in the NFL. And plus, Cardinals can't really run the ball that well, and that's something that the Cowboys have struggled to do this season. So I think they can force the Cardinals to be one dimensional, and hopefully that'll allow some of those guys in the secondary who had been struggling as well, but hopefully they can at least make a play on the ball once or twice. So, but that's my opinion on tomorrow's matchup. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. All right, we're coming back into this game. It's the fourth quarter here. Yeah, the Packers have scored 6 points through 3 quarters, man. They need to have a big fourth quarter here. Third and 4, ball at the 36. Boom. Snap. Over the middle. And there's a player. I think Christian Watson just got knocked out. Okay. He was on the ground for a little bit there. Hit him right in the hands. All right, Packers are going for it. Fourth and 4. 3 receivers to the right. Jordan in the shotgun, and I think Carolina used a timeout here. And they're going to take Christian Watson off the field because they're going to check him for a concussion. Yeah, there you go. See, that's why I was just like, it looked like he was knocked out. All right, we got fourth and 4. 3 receivers to the right. Jordan in the shotgun. Carolina showing a lot of pressure here. Gets it out quickly. Chris Brooks with a first down across the 30, down near the 28. Chris Brooks coming up big on that catch and run. Jordan, man, doing a heck of a job getting it out to his outlet, running back there. Pressure coming from that side. Look at that, dude. That's a heads-up play by a really dang good quarterback. Let's go. 1st and 10. Ball at the 28. Jordan looking over the middle. Gets it out to Savion, and he picks up about 5 or 6 there. Second and 4. We got less than 14 minutes left in this game. Packers down by 7. All right, 2nd and 4. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. 2 receivers stacked up on that right side. Hand off to Jacobs. He gets the first down and down near the 15. And Jacobs is slow to get up. All right, trotting off the field here. Yeah, Jacobs is getting checked in the sidelines here. So 1st and 10, ball at the 15. Jordan hands it off to Emmanuel Wilson, and he's going to get stopped up after just a gain of 2, man. Nearly broke it loose. Oh, look at that, man. J.J. McCarthy running it in himself into the end zone, and the Vikings are up 24-14 over the Detroit Lions. Second and 7, 3 receivers stacked up bunched up on the left side. Jordan throws it to Romeo, and he is going to be inside the 10, down near the 8. 3rd down coming up. Eleven plays, 64 yards on this drive, man. All right, 3rd and 3, Carolina's defense playing a lot of man across the field, and that play goes absolutely nowhere, man. Emmanuel Wilson brought down for a huge loss. Loses 3 or 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down. All right, 4th and 8 from the 13, man. Packers looked disorganized. And Jordan is going to have to burn a timeout here. All right, 3 receivers to the right. Jordan in the shotgun, running back to his left. Need to get it to the 5 for a first down. Pressure. Jordan looking. Nobody's getting open. He's running still. He's running still. Throws it, and he's going to be picked off in. Oh my gosh. It falls incomplete. Still going to be a turnover on downs. And I mean, that was a layup of an interception. Why would you leap in the air, dog? That was Mike Jackson just dropping a gimme of an interception. Got to give it to Carolina, man. Defensively, they have stifled this Packers offense almost the entire game. The Packers have done a lot better job of not getting in their own way here in the second half in terms of penalties, but when it comes to the big plays down the field or in the red zone, they are now 0 for 4 on trying to get a touchdown. Yeah, I was just trying to look at if there's any more information on Tucker Craft, but I'd be surprised if we get anything for the rest of the day. All right, we got 10:45. Carolina does take over on downs at their own 13. Let's hope the Packers defense can get us a turnover, man. That's what they need. So this Packers offense, unfortunately, the Packers have not turned the ball over, or have not gotten turnovers quite often. Rico Dowdle running through this defense, picks up a first down, gain of about 12 on that one. Yeah, man, this Packers defense this season, man, has not really gotten turnovers. I think I can count how many turnovers they've had on one hand the entire season. All right, ball at the 26. Rico running loose to the 40 and out of bounds and picks up another first down, but there is a flag on the field. It looks like it's going to be on Carolina there. An illegal formation then. The Packers catching a small break there. First and 15, run up the middle, and this one is going to be stopped after a gain of 2. Second and 2, 5 receiver set. Bryce alone in the shotgun, ball at the 24. Packers showing pressure, and that play will be blown dead. There's a flag, and looks like it might actually be on Carolina again. It's going to be a false start on the big man, number 79. And a delayed handoff to Rico Dowdle, and he picks up about 2, maybe 3 there. And it's his former Cowboys teammate, man, Micah Parsons, bringing him down. Third and 14. So this, this is kind of what worries me, man. Sometimes they play soft coverage on these third and longs. The pressure has not gotten there at all, man. Micah Parsons usually has at least 3 or 4 pressures, even if he doesn't have sacks. He has 0 pressures today. 5 receiver set, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Quick throw, gets it out, and brought down shy of the line to gain, well shy. All right, man. Packers offense going to have another crack at it here to try to tie this game up. We are closing in on the midway point of the 4th. Romeo catching this one at the 29, and he's going to take it the long way to the 29. So we're on a commercial break. We're not missing a thing right now. All right, let's look around the league. Let's see what the scores are heading into some of these games as fourth quarter. All right, it's still a 10-point lead for the 49ers. They are up 27-17. midway through the fourth quarter against the Giants. The Chargers finally reestablishing themselves here against the Titans. It's been a close game. They've been trailing for a couple quarters, but now with just 4 minutes left in the game, the Chargers are up 27-17 over Tennessee. The Lions were able to tack on the field goal at the beginning of the fourth quarter here, so they are down just by 7 to J.J. McCarthy and the Minnesota Vikings. The score is 24-17 in Minnesota. Falcons coming back a little bit here. They have the ball. They're down by 7, 17-24 to the Patriots. And the Steelers up 24-10 over the Colts with 8 minutes left in that game. Jordan, play action, looking, throws it deep down the field, and he finds Lucas Musgrave open down the field. Big first down. The effort by the Carolina defender there was, what the heck was that? There you go, man. Lucas Musgrave. He was actually drafted ahead of Tucker Kraft in the same draft. But slowly over the last couple of years, man, he has lost his starting spot to Kraft. Handoff, Jacobs cuts it upfield and only gets about a yard. Maybe 2. Broncos just got a touchdown back in this game. Woo! Let's freaking go. Oh, there it is. Broncos 13-15 with 12:25 left in the fourth. Dude, it is a wild shootout over there in Cincinnati. Bears on top, 34-27, and we still got 12 minutes left in that game. Jordan throws it and incomplete, pressure right up the middle. Why is nobody blocking? What is going on, dude? That is the third or fourth time in this game that nobody has blocked anybody coming from the A gap or the B gap. By his fingertips, what a grab. 2-point attempt successful. Score is all tied up. 15-15. The Broncos have come back, man. Seastrom, appreciate you on the updates, my man. 3rd and 8, ball at the 49 of Carolina. This time, Jordan, with a little bit of time, dumps it underneath to Musgrave, and he is going to be about 2 yards shy of the first. And they're saying 4th and 3. All right, great catch there. Yeah, who caught the who caught the pass, man? Was it Sutton? All right, 4th and 3, man. This is likely going to be the game. Jordan, quick throw, gets it out. First down, and that is Malik Heath. Great catch. Gets it inside the 40 and a first down. All right, man. The Packers are without Tucker Kraft. Unfortunately, he had what looked like a significant right knee injury early in the first half. Quick throw. Gets it out to Christian Watson. Good to see him healthy. He was in the concussion protocol a couple drives ago, and then able to catch one here along the left sideline. Picks up 6. All right, Jordan in the shotgun, single receiver to the left. Throw over the middle, gets it out to Lucas Musgrave, and he picks up another first down. The former second-round pick, man, he's going to need to step up massively now with Tuck out. Handoff, Wilson, bang, there you go, man. Picks up 4 or 5 over the middle. Three receivers to the left. Jordan, quick throw. Gets it out to Savion Williams, and he picks up a first. Hold on to the ball this time, and he will be just inside the 10-yard line. That was a very similar play to where he fumbled. It was actually on the Packers' first drive. They threw him out. They threw a little bubble screen to the left, got stopped up by his own teammate by accident, and then ends up getting hit and lost the fumble. Up the middle, and Wilson able to get it down near the 3, second and goal coming up. And it looks like there's a Carolina defender down. That is Wallace. He actually was the player that was on the Lucas Musgrave catch early on this drive there. It was a little deep out route, I think. All right. So apparently we're going to go to a commercial break while they check on him. I'm going to grab some water, so I'll be back in just a few seconds. All right, man, we are back, baby. All right, speaking of some of the scores around here, 49ers have doubled their lead here. They are now up 34-17, man, doubling what the Giants have offensively. Less than 4 minutes left. 49ers, man, just seeming to always find a way to win. The Tennessee Titans have tacked on a field goal. It is now a 7-point lead for the Chargers. The Lions have the ball with 9:30 left. They are down by 7. And the Falcons, I think, have just scored a touchdown, and they are an extra point away from tying that one. Right now, it is 23-24, barring the extra point. Steelers have the ball at Indianapolis's 28 with a little under 7 minutes left. They are up 24-10. Obviously, the Broncos tying that game up early in the fourth. And the Bengals down by 7, 27-34 to Chicago with 8:28 left. All right, second and goal, Jordan under center. Jacobs in the backfield. 2 receivers to that right side. Hand off to Jacobs, makes a man miss, and he gets it down to the 1. All right, man, we got third and goal. I mean, this is fourth down territory. You got 2 plays to pick up 1 yard. Up the middle, and did he get it? Did he get it? Right now, they're marking him literally the length of the football shy of the first. Oh, there's actually a fumble, potentially. No, that's a touchdown. Yeah, they're gonna have to review this one because he is not down on the ground, and that is across the plane. Let's see here. There's a great angle right here. Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Where's the ball? Where's the ball? His knees are up. His knees are up. Come on. There it is. Should be a touchdown, so I'm going to be close to marking it here. I don't want to count my chickens just yet. Throw the flag. No, they're reviewing it now. It's a TD. Oh yeah, it's definitely a TD. I just you know these referees in New York, man, they like to take their time. They're probably like, hey, do you think we could squeeze in a commercial break for this challenge? Touchdown. There we go. So it looks like Matt did throw the challenge flag. It looks like. So Josh Jacobs, man, getting into the end zone finally. My goodness. The Packers still need the extra point here to tie it. There's a 2:01 left in this game. McManus is what is he? 2 for 3 tonight. And they did adjust the clock back to 2:32. All right, McManus's kick, the hold, the kick. Whoo! Whoo! It was veering a little bit left, but it's good. And the Packers, man, finally getting into the end zone on their 5th attempt inside the red zone. They were 1 for 5 so far in this game in the red zone, and now they're going to need their defense to hold up, get a stop here, and see if they can get that ball back for the offense. All right, the Chargers have the ball back with less than 2 minutes left. They're still leading by 7. Falcons are trailing by 1. They do have the ball at their own 19. All right, the kick is away, caught at the 7. And he tiptoes along the sidelines near the 30. That is Trevor Etienne. All right. Steelers have tacked on a field goal. They are now up by a full 3 possessions. They are up 27-10 over the Colts. Looks like the Colts are going to be dropping only their 2nd game of the season, man. All right, man. 2:28 left. Carolina has 2 timeouts. They have a running back who was looking strong on their previous drive before they started falling behind the chains on some penalties. And right up the middle, Edgerrin Cooper meeting Rico Dowdle head-to-head, and he stops him after a short gain of just 2. Damn. That's a strong Texas boy right there, man. That's an old Aggie player right there. Shout out to Texas A&M there. Thank you for giving us Etcher and Cooper. We appreciate them. All right, man. We're heading to the 2-minute warning. This game is all tied up at 13 all. All right, yeah. From the looks of it, 49ers are going to come away with a win. The Giants did just score a touchdown, but they are still down by 10 with 121 left in that game. And the Chargers will escape with a victory over the Tennessee Titans. It looks like they won 27-20. Kyle Menengi, man, the backup over there in Chicago, 25 carries for 175 yards, dude. That is the most that a running back has run for Chicago this season. And I would know because I have DeAndre Swift as my starter in fantasy. Luckily, I picked up Kyle and I started him this week. Dang. All right. Chicago looks like they're going to be jumping up to 5-3, man. They have the ball at Cincy's 1. They are up by 7. It's 1st and goal. All right. 2nd and 8. Bryce under center. Fakes the handoff. Pressure. Gets away from it. And 1st down catch for Coker. No. It's Cocker. All right, less than 90 seconds left in this game. Bryce in the shotgun running back to his right. 2 receivers to the left. 1st and 10 from the 40. Pressure, and it'll be incomplete. Bryce needing to throw that one a little bit higher, man. The pressure was in his face, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Come on, man. We just need a pick 6. Just one pick 6. Green Bay Packers. Come on. Come on. Come on, McKinney. All right, 2nd and 10. Has got time. Throws, and it'll be another catch for a 1st down there. That is it's the rookie McMillan. All right, ball right around the 50-yard line. Pressure, throws, and it's going to be incomplete. Carrington Valentine, man, if he was able to stay on his feet, and he might have almost had a chance at a pick. All right, 2nd and 10. Bryce gives the handoff to Rico. He's to the 40, and it's going to be all the way down to the 31. And that is likely going to be all she wrote here, man. Literally just right up the middle there, right at the heart of this defense, man. And it just... Rico Dowdle, man. 130 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns. All right, we got a jumbo set here for Carolina. They're just trying to pick up some extra yardage for the field goal here. Green Bay did use their second timeout here. And so did Carolina. All right, 1st and 10 from the 31. I expect a handoff to Rico Dowdle. And he gets stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So the Panthers don't need to run another play here. I think they're just going to send out the field goal unit. Oh, no. Going to run one more play here. QB sneak. No. Handoff. And he picks up nothing on that one. All right. Panthers stop the clock with, I think, about 2 seconds left, and they're going to send out Fitzgerald to try to get a game-winning field goal here. This would be about 48, 49 yards. So it's a slightly windy day here, man, in Green Bay. Let's hope the wind can help us out. Ah, biscuits, man. They should not have come to this. But and Matt LaFleur is going to use his final timeout, man. Just trying to ice the kicker a little bit. Make him think about the kick a little bit more. Maybe overthink it. Yeah, unfortunately, the missed kick by McManus, man, also playing a factor into this game. All right, man. This is it. Snap, hold, kick, and it's good. Carolina comes into Green Bay and get a massive, massive victory. And they hand the Packers their second loss of the season, their first in the NFC. Damn. It's a hell of a kick, man. Packers lose. Yep. Packers have lost today to the Carolina Panthers at home, 16-13. The Packers dropped to 5-2-1, and the Carolina Panthers improved to 5-4. Yeah, man. It was a rough day for the Packers offense, man. They didn't get anything going. Really in the red zone. I think in the first half they were 0-3. They lost a fumble on their opening drive that was moving down the field. The second one, they settled for a field goal. On their third one, actually I think they were in the red zone, and then a couple penalties and then a couple bad plays. That's actually when I think they lost Tucker Kraft as well. They were on the move, and then they had to settle for a McManus field goal from 43 yards out, I think, and he missed. So Packers had a chance to take the lead. I think before the half, I think they were down 7-6. They had a chance to kick a field goal to take a 2-point lead, and McManus just pushed it to the left. And then once again, another drive and an interception, weird one. It was just a weird freaking game, man. The offense was able to move the ball, but then it was turnovers, one interception, the fumble early in the game, and then on top of that, they were 0-4 in the red zone before they finally scored that final touchdown to tie it up here late in the game. Okay, not great for my picks, but it looks like basically no one expected this, so I'm not much worse off. That's fair. Yeah, I don't think anybody. I mean, the Packers, I think, were coming into as like 13-point favorites. I did not see them. Like again, I just anytime you're a double-digit favorite, man, you have to be a borderline perfect team, in my opinion, or you have to be playing perfect football. The Packers have not done that. Even against the Steelers, they were not perfect. They looked dominant in the second half, but that first half was rough for the Packers. So to me, there was nothing to indicate that they were going to be able to just walk all over Carolina. Um, and then I think the biggest difference, man, was the Carolina Panthers. Man, they were able to run the ball. They were able to run the ball with Rico Dowdle, man, over 130 yards. I would have to double check, but that might be the most given up by this Packers defense this season. So, yeah, man. Uh, yeah, the loss of Tucker Kraft, I think, also didn't help. That's not only your number one tight end, but that's likely one of your top three targets on any given pass and play. Behind maybe Romeo Dobbs. I can't really. To be honest with you, I can't really think of anybody else. Maybe Christian Watson, but Christian has never been known to catch 7 or 8 passes in a game. Usually he's around the 2 to 4 catches. Usually he's a downfield threat. Romeo is usually the guy that catches the most passes. So yeah, man, Tuck easily for second or third option on that offense, and then he goes down with a pretty bad injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious, man. Hopefully he doesn't really miss time, or if he does, it's only a couple weeks. But yeah, man, once he went down, man, this offense, it took a long time for them to get back to moving the ball down the field. So yeah, so a tough loss for the Packers, man. They need to get right. They got a tough matchup next week against the defending Super Bowl champions, a team that not only beat them once in the regular season to start the season off, actually, in 2024 over there in Brazil, but it was a team that knocked them out of the playoffs in the wild card. And yeah, man, so Packers need to get their butts in gear, man, because it's starting to be November football, man. This is where you need to win games. Holy cow, we just saw a wild throw and catch by Jamison Williams there, man. Down the left sideline, got it to the end zone. I think they're going to mark him off just shy of the end zone. So, anyway, man, I got to get ready for the Chiefs and Bills games that'll be coming up here in about 15 minutes. So, we'll talk about this Packer game. We'll talk about some other games as well as we kind of watch them. So, I will see you guys in a little bit. So, thank you so much, man. Once again, my name is Dave, and I'm not a coach. Thank you.